Om Shanti. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Hope you had a beautiful Amrit Vela, beautiful meditation. Thank you, Vijit Bhai. We'll quickly revise from yesterday and then we'll move forward. Yesterday, Baba was bringing our attention to how to be a constant yogi, natural yogi. And Baba was defining like three types of yogis: yogi who is always merged in Baba's love. And second type is a yogi who has to make effort to remember Baba. Third type is who is actually working on freeing oneself from the obstacles. So Baba is bringing clarity in this Murli around those who are in Baba's heart throne, those who are number 8 and 16,000. There is a gap. So Baba is emphasizing on this slogan of be holy and be yogi. The basis of that attainment is be holy, be yogi. And Baba was telling, when you are aware, so you are who you are. So Smriti is not just creating a thought. Smriti is not even perceiving what it feels to be. Smriti is being who you are. And Baba was clarifying that part. King knows who he is no matter when, what time of the day it is. So similarly, Baba was bringing our attention to have the smriti of being who you are as a Brahmin, as an angel, as a deity, in your original and eternal form. So Baba was bringing our attention to go beyond laboring. So let me just quickly run through. Baba was telling Madhuban Vasis. Let me just go back and maybe from here, right? We can just quickly start from here as a revision. Baba says, all of you receive an inheritance of treasure of all attainments. All of you have this right. You are natural yogis. You are natural masters of the self. You are the children and the masters of Baba's treasures. So why do you have to make so much effort? Why should you master creators have to labor like workmen? Those people earn 200 and live on that 200 and then earn 2000 and live on that 2000. In the same way, you have 2 hours of yoga and experience 2 hours of its fruit. Today, you have 6 hours of yoga, or today you have 4 hours of yoga. Why is this? The heirs to a kingdom would never say that he has a kingdom for just 2 days or 4 days. Similarly, you are constantly the children of the Father and therefore always the masters of his treasures. To say Baba and then have to labor to have remembrance is a contradiction. Therefore, constantly remember the slogan I am an elevated soul who is a child and a master. I have a right to all treasures. Don't play any games of winning and losing. Winning and then losing again. I have attained whatever I want. Pana tasu palya. So then, why should you lose what you have won and have to win it again back? Otherwise, you must change the song you sing. I'm still attaining. I'm still attaining. These are not the words of someone who has all rights. You are the children of the Father who is constantly full. You are the children of the ocean. What are you going to do now? Become constant yogis. Who am I? Is it I'm a Brahmin who becomes a deity? Or is it I'm a warrior who will become a deity? Bapdada feels mercy for the children on seeing the effort they have to make. Does it seem right for the children of the king to have a laborer's job? All of you have to become masters. Today, Baba has just come to meet groups. So why was the Murli spoken? Today, many Mahavir children are pulling Baba. Today, Baba spoke the Murli whilst keeping those children in front of him. Many Mahavir children from this land and abroad are remembering Baba a great deal. Babdada is also especially remembering such servers, Sevadari and Agyakari, natural yogis. Babdada is giving special love and remembrance to all the Madhuban Vasis and the foreigners who are like Chatrak birds and who constantly want to hear the Murli. They are so serviceable, loveful, and are merged. Baba is giving special love and remembrance to all the Madhuban Nivasis and to all those who are sitting down below and yet in front of Baba's eyes. To such tireless, serviceable children, as well as this special love, remembrance, and namaste to the lucky stars who are personally in front of Baba. So, Baba is meeting a group, personal meeting with brothers and sisters from the zones, eastern zone of Bengal, Bihar, and Nepal. You have heard the Murli. So, Murli is all about being merged in Baba's love, not to labor, not to struggle, and be in the Smriti and not to make effort, but be who you are as a deity, as a Brahmin, in your original and eternal form. So, you have heard the Murli. Now, you have heard the Murli, you must become the practical embodiment of that. One is to become aware of something, another is to become an embodiment of that. Smriti and Smriti Swarup. Everyone becomes aware of what they hear. As you listen, you are aware of it. Even souls without knowledge are able to remember what they have heard. Right? It is more of the tone was more like you hear and then you can recall those points. But to have the knowledge means to put what you are told into practice. To be a master and a child means to become an embodiment of what you are told. To have knowledge means to put into practice. To be master and child is to become an embodiment of what you are told. Together with effort, you also have to experience the reward of that. It should not be that you still consider yourself to be effort makers, Purusharthi, and think that you will receive your reward at some time in future. The speciality of the confluence age is that you make effort now and also experience the practical fruit of that effort now. It's like instant gratification with this effort. To be an embodiment of remembrance, Smriti Swarup, now and to experience attainment now. You have the guarantee for the future. However, the present fortune is even greater than that of the future. You have received your inheritance of the present time. Have you not? Have you attained it, or are you still going to attain it? You have attained it, in which case you're not still complaining at Amritvela, are you? There can be either remembrance or complaint. In Hindi, it rhymes Yad Ya Faryad. Either you are in remembrance or either you are complaining or struggling with something, and then you're asking Baba, I'm struggling with this. So if you are remembering, you are absorbed. You're not only Smriti, you are merged in Baba's love. Where there is remembrance, there cannot be complaints. When you are merged in Baba's love, you are not struggling. Where there is complaint, faryad, there cannot be remembrance. So Baba has redefined the word remembrance. Remembrance is not recalling, not just being aware of who you are, who Baba is for you, but remembrance is you're absorbed in that experience. So if you're not absorbed in that experience of being absorbed in Baba's love, you're struggling. So either there is remembrance or complaint. Yad ya faryad. Where there is remembrance, there cannot be complaint. Where there is complaint, there cannot be remembrance. So all of your complaints have now stopped. All of your question marks have stopped. In complaints, in faryad, there are question mark. Whereas in yad, there is just full stop. The point, merged. Become a point and remember the point. Stay merged and stay absorbed in the point. Baba is the point, and you two are all points. So, having come to the land of transformation, you must definitely bring about some special transformation. Now, stop complaining and return from here as natural yogis. There is confusion and no happiness in complaint. So claim your treasures of happiness from Baba. There should be no confusion. Confusion was the treasure you received from your physical father. That has now stopped. All physical relations have ended. And so all your complaints should have ended. You now belong to the Alaukic Father and have an Alaukic inheritance. So your list of complaints have now ended. Has it not? You have torn it up. Have you not? If it's just erased, you might sometimes say that it's still there. Therefore, put an end to them all by tearing up the list. Give your time to service. The kingdom is still waiting to be taken until you become ready. Have you made new plans for service? All of you served in Mahayagya, great sacrificial fire. It's not a small thing to have a gathering of Brahmins and to be present in service. Be present and ever ready on time. This is one beautiful point Baba is bringing to our awareness. It is not a small thing to have a gathering of Brahmins. It is not a small thing to be part of that gathering. Keep the aim of maintaining your power of tolerance. And again, try to see the context of Baba bringing tolerance. One of the beauty of the yajna is diversity. Baba's yajna is so diverse. You get to see all kind of personalities, people with all kinds of experiences. So tolerance here is not putting up with people's shortcomings. Tolerance is more than that. Tolerance is where you have an ability to not only accommodate but also appreciate the beauty of the diversity of the family. So it is not a small thing to have a gathering of Brahmins and be present in service. Be present and ever ready on time. So in that context, Baba is bringing this idea of keep the aim of maintaining your power of tolerance. There will be differences, but try to see and appreciate the beauty of every Brahmin. Because this small set of Brahmins represent the whole humanity in terms of sanskaras and in terms of what in each one value. Even if you look at Dadis, they value each one, appreciate so much diversity. That the Prakashmani full of love and that the Guls are so peaceful and still and silent. And that the Janki full of Gyan, overflowing with Gyan. And all of them align because they appreciate each other's presence, even though each one value something more than other. So keep the aim of maintaining your power of tolerance. All of this also accumulates in your registry because that ability to appreciate and enjoy the company of people with different diverse background accumulates in your registry means like you get to live in that situations where you are loved by diverse people. This is connected with your final results. Nowadays, they have exams every 3 months or 6 months, quarterly and half yearly exams in the school. All their marks are accumulated and are part of the final results. You too receive marks for cooperating in all the elevated tasks of Brahmin. These marks will be accumulated for the final results. You tolerated everything and you used your body, mind, and wealth. To use means to attain. To do something according to the directions, you receive also accumulates marks. You will also receive marks. You did not just come to Mahayagya, but you accumulated marks for the final results. So, this is service, is it not? To spread this sound is also a subject in service. What sound? Being together. Being part of the collective itself is the service. To spread this sound is also a subject in service. There are many forms of service. Therefore, to spread the sound as a gathering is also a service. There's a power of collective, and being part of the collective and giving your finger of cooperation, being accommodating and fitting in well. Uh, uh, there is one word that is always used to see as a qualification. Is that person Milansar? the word that they use is milansar. Can they blend in with Baba's family? And that quality is very important, especially when you're living in a center or in Yagya. So just having that quality itself, you are doing a service. Therefore, to spread the sound as a gathering is also a service. Just showing up in the gathering itself is a service. You were happy to meet the family, were you not? You saw so many brothers and sisters. Does anyone in any other age have such a huge family? This was just a sample. Our family is almost like 1 million people. And even in golden age, it won't be that big. This was just a sample. It was not the whole family. You would have to make the whole of Delhi your own to gather the whole family together. If you were to gather together in Abu, then you would have to gather together as far as Abu Road. Now you can see whole of Abu Road and Shantivan, everything is taken over. Everyone will offer their buildings for you to use. They will prepare the Victoria grounds and give it to you. This is the place in Calcutta. They will say, come, welcome. Gradually, the sound will spread. Now, those people think that you are no less. On seeing such a huge gathering, after Brahma Baba became Avyakt, they surrendered themselves. This is one of the other thing Baba highlights. After founder of the organization, Brahma Baba left and became Avyakt, they still see a huge gathering. Not still, they see the gathering growing bigger. On seeing such a huge gathering after Brahma Baba became Avyakt, they surrendered themselves. In other places, organizations break up after their leader departs. However, here it increases. And they see the wonder of this. All of you have served with your pure thoughts, your power of cooperation, and the power of the gathering. Pure thoughts, power of cooperation, and the power of gathering. Now, you are to be invited everywhere. Governor's house will become your house. We'll read some more. So Baba goes, do you constantly consider yourselves to be seated on hearth throne? In no other age throughout the cycle, only at the confluence age can you attain this hearth throne. Who can sit on the hearth throne? Those whose heart is constantly with Baba. Baba, the comforter of hearts. The place for those who constantly have the stage of belonging to the one Father and none other is the heart throne. So, where do you live? When you leave your throne, you end up on the gallows. You become trapped in the gallows of Maya for birth after birth. It is either Baba's heart throne or gallows of Maya. So, where are you going to stay? You should not remember anyone but the one Father, not even your own body. If you remember your body, then together with that, you will remember your bodily relations, possessions of the whole world, one after another. If there is a subtle thread connected, even in your thoughts, then that will pull you towards itself. This is why there should be no strings attached to your thoughts, words, or actions, even in subtle way. Constantly remain free and you'll be able to release others. Nowadays, the whole world is crying out in distress because of being trapped in the trap of Maya. In order to release everyone from this trap, you first have to be released. First have to release yourself. There must be no bondage in your thoughts, even in a subtle way. To the extent that you are free from bondage, accordingly, you will be able to stabilize in your elevated stage. If you do still have any bondage, they can pull you down even though you want to stay up. To the extent that you are free from bondages, accordingly, you will be able to stabilize in your elevated stage. If you do still have any bondages, they can pull you down even though you want to stay up. So, Baba has given a lot of nice yuktis. Baba was talking to on the same theme of the Murli being merged in Baba's heart throne. Baba is elaborating on that. Are you in yad or is there faryad? Is there some discomfort inside? If you are so absorbed in Baba's love, there cannot be any discomfort that you will be venting out or complaining about. So, Baba is also talking about just being part of the gathering. You're already doing service. You're not only cooperating, but also you're being part of the gathering. You are building a capability to be milansar. Not only that, you're also expanding your awareness. Broad. You'll have a big heart and a broad intellect. You can see through where each one is coming from. So they can fit in. Then you can appreciate the presence of diversity, diverse backgrounds, and then you get to have a rich experience. So that itself will bring you closer to the family. So just building that capability to appreciate the diversity and not get disturbed by the diversity itself is a very powerful service Baba is talking about. And definitely it does service when others look at you that, oh, whole organization is falling apart even when the founder leaves. And this is the only organization, this is a Mahayagya, where the organization is growing strong, even after founder has left the organization. So you being part of the gathering, just showing up in the gathering and enjoying the company of Baba's family itself does a lot of service. And Baba is also bringing our attention to what when you are absorbed in Baba's heart throne. If not, there is only, this is mutually exclusive. Either you are in Baba's heart throne, or generally Baba used to say you will be struggling. But here Baba says that you are straight away put up on the gallows, hanging on the gallows of Maya, getting trapped. And then the string is the body. From the physical awareness, From the material awareness, it pulls material relations, all the experiences from the material, and then it slowly starts pulling your thoughts, your feeling starts going, bodily relations, possessions, positions of this world. And this subtle thread will pull you back into that world. So Baba is cautioning us to watch out for that subtle bondages. No bondages, even in your thoughts, even in your subtle way. And again, how is all of this possible? When we are absorbed in Baba's heart throne. So let's take a minute to meditate on this. Gently bring your attention to who you are as a Brahmin. Be aware of the family. It's not just the family of souls in the soul world. All Brahmin family in this confluence age, coming from different backgrounds, from different bhavna, different shades of Gyan, Gun, Shakti, full of love, full of light. Allow your heart to open. Try to feel the diverse background and different flavors of Baba's love each one of our family feels towards Baba. And observe how Baba's family is bringing us closer to Baba. Baba's family, not only there in our physical form, but also Baba's family is working in a Vyakt form. Brahma Baba, Mama, Dadis, all the family helping us to explore and experience the uniqueness of this spiritual life. Take a minute to be aware of who you belong to. Open your heart, absorbed in Baba and Baba's family's love. Going beyond the cultural backgrounds and going beyond the worldly awareness. The pure love for Baba from each and every member of the family. So rich, so diverse, and so deep. Very close to Baba, being in Baba's heart. Not only being aware of the Gyan Baba gives, but also appreciating all the love and all that Baba does for us through the family and yagya in this physical world. Accepting love, appreciating Baba's love, being held in Baba's heart throne. Every Baba's child is very precious for Baba. Not only experiencing Baba's love, but being absorbed in this loveful remembrance, absorbed in love, being Smriti Swarup, embodiment of this experience. You're not just experiencing love, you're so absorbed in Baba's love, you're extending that love to whole family and to the whole humanity. Nothing else matters. Everything else is trivial. Appreciate these precious moments of this confluence age with Baba. Enjoying every moment, being in love. And being part of this Mahayagya. Revealing Baba with your combined form. Absorbed in Baba's love and revealing Baba through your presence. Raising above the worldliness, free from even subtle bondages of thoughts, feelings, but being absorbed in your subtle stage. Extending your loving awareness, extending your cooperation, extending your heart full of Baba's love for this Mahayagya. Keeping the family together, being in the family. Om Shanti. Beautiful Murli. So, how are you going to celebrate Confluence Age with Baba? Feel free to unmute yourself and share.
Shanti, brother.
Om Shanti.
I think this embodiment of remembrance, that one thing which Baba says, and he has been mentioning it throughout even the 1980 Murli's embodiment of remembrance. Earlier, it used to be, a conqueror of attachment and embodiment of remembrance. But this today, when Baba's mentioned, imbibing and becoming master and child, then there will only be yad, but there will be no faryad. I would have told, I see once when you are totally absorbed in his love, there will be no complaints because you're there totally, as you said, absorbed with him. So there will be just no complaints, no question marks, just point and point and point. And we'll only take treasures, no confusions. But one thing which really I remember when this Murli was revised, when Baba says, line lagegi Abu se, Abu road tak. I used to visualize how would the road be from Abu to Abu Road. So at that time, only in Om Shanti Bhavan, we used to have Baba's Padraman. So that one thing I very remember, and I'm waiting really for that picture to happen. And again, Baba speaks about the spreading sound. And this spreading sound, making Delhi together as one, and that line from Abu to Abu Road. But when he ended with governor's house shall become your house. I remember now, I was telling Baba, now the president's house is also going to be our
Yeah.
house. I was just thinking just that one line. That time, Baba never spoke about president's house and all. When that Murli was, revised, not the original Murli, revised. So that was one thing, Baba, jo future, how he is just telling us. And as we can see now, from the governor, it's gone to the president. And maybe later Baba will say the head of the government is going to be Mama only. Om Shanti.
Beautiful. Yeah. The president's Rashtrapati Bhavan is Baba's house now. Yes. Anyone else?
Baba adds on to the definition of tolerance. What tolerance is? He says tolerance is not just accommodating, it's not just samane ki shakti of various diversity, but also appreciating it. That fills in another power as to how to be an embodiment of tolerance. It's not just, okay, it's going to be just 3 days, 4 days, we are going to be staying together, so let's just accommodate. It's not about that. It's going one step ahead and appreciating everyone as they are. And that is the power of tolerance. That's a new reflection and a new takeaway from Om Shanti.
Beautiful. And especially when when I was taking the course, the teacher was sharing example of small kid pulling the hair of the grandfather or something. It really does not bother because the grandfather loves the child. So that is when my attention went like, oh, there is something about, it's not about how much you can bear or put up with people. It is more about your capacity to put up with the people increases because of your love for that person. So here Baba takes it to the next level. It is not just love, but you're also appreciating where the other person is coming from. The child is very curious, what is this thing? And then they're pulling. So you get to see where they are coming from also, and also appreciate. Yeah. There's a lot of depth to this power. Yeah. Thank you.
Harshabhai, can you just clarify the second point? See, even in yesterday's blessing, if I remember, Baba spoke about how we find the whole world bland, tasteless, and all, because our heart is only with one. And when when you're in love, they say, जब आप प्यार करते हैं ना, you find everything else, the other world, to be totally not existing. It's only you and the person whom you love. Okay. But when Baba has said, either you are comforter of us or Maya's gallows. But see, there is even the ones who are not absorbed in the heart of the Supreme. You mean the other quarters of the world? So all of them are in Maya's gallows? Because there are even some who are neither totally absorbed, but they are, I see them also totally um, uh, away from Maya. I have not seen them in the gallows of Maya. But here Baba is just giving us two extremes. One is absorbed. Can you just, why that midstream Baba has not given of such kind of classification?
That is true. And that mainly applies to us as a Brahmins. Because if you look at Maya, right, it's always subtle is powerful. Either it is pure or impure. Subtle is always powerful, pure or impure. So when we start appreciating something which is subtle, something which is not physical, Maya also becomes very subtle. So once you have tasted Baba's love and start drifting, Maya, subtle variation of Maya will come and then hook you up. So it is not going to let you down until we become karmati. So this statement very much applies to us as a Brahmins, because we have, again, if you actually see what is Maya again, Maya is nothing but our own past experiences. We as a Brahmins who have experienced all 5,000 years, which means all variations of subtle Maya, we have already experienced. It is nothing new that you are going to experience now. There is nothing new test paper. There is no new test paper that you haven't experienced before. That will become your challenge. So right from corporate onwards, we became body conscious. So we have experienced different gradations of Maya. So, and in the golden age, we have experienced pure version of love in relationships. And we have experienced pure version of love with eternally pure one, which is Baba, right? So if I lose my subtlety, or if I'm not conscious of tasting Baba's love, my subtle variations of it comes alive, and it will hook us back and it will pull us back. You see, right? So we have experienced various variations. So that past thing will come up. Sanskara is nothing but our own experiences at the end of the day. Maya is nothing but our own experiences. So our awareness, our consciousness will start resonating with something which is subtle version of Maya. And then once you get into that, it is hard to distinguish, and then we lose. Even in Bhagavad Gita, if you actually hear, there is one thing that which always caught my attention. If you pay attention to physical, and if you think over and over about something which is physical, you lose your ability to discern. So, in other words, they use the word called your buddhi vinash, right? Your intellect will become destroyed, which means your ability to perceive subtle will get destroyed. Especially when your intellect is so overthinking about the physical again and again and again, right? That is there even in our Laukik Bhagavad Gita, right? So here also, when we have experienced something subtle, if I lose that flavor, the subtle variation of Maya will hook us up. And this is very much relevant for BKs, not as much for Laukiks, because they haven't experienced uh, the best of the uh, spiritual world or the worst of the physical world. Their variation is very small. Our variation is too wide. We go into two extremes. Because of 5,000 years, full cycle, we experience full spectrum of pure to extreme impure. So that's why Baba is cautioning us, and we are powerful enough to explore that. Does it?
Thank you, brother. That means I have tasted the milk. If I go somewhere else, Maya, the cat, will make me taste something else. Perfect. It applies to us. After having
Very
tasted
much.
such a lovely milk, why should I go outside? Thank you, brother. That was a nice hitter on the head. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else would like to share how you're going to stay in Baba's heart? What keeps you in Baba's heart? Or what smriti and what memory do you, sometimes Baba says, Bachpan ke din bulana dena. The minute you start remembering the best experiences that you had, or just bringing your attention to, wow, I belong to such a powerful family, powerful Baba, that itself will trigger that love for Baba. So, what is your means of going back into Baba's heart? What helps you?
Om
Yeah.
Shanti. Yes, feeling in relationship with the Baba, in different relationships. Sometimes my best friend, sometimes my father, Supreme Father, my companion, and my sergeant. So all these relationships, depending on the time and the situation, gives that feeling that he's there with me and he's guiding me and helping me in every relationship. And I share with him, like, so I'm in continuously remembrance, means wherever I get distracted, I suddenly say Baba, or some way I bring back that through Soman also I'm Param Pavitra soul and pure divine soul. And automatically Baba comes. And I keep a kind of Baba's photograph on my table, where I can always look at it at every moment. I can look at it wherever I get distracted into the Lokik role. I immediately just look there, and it brings the remembrance back. Om Shanti.
Swaman and all these pictures brings us back. Yeah. Vijit Bhai?
Yeah, so like Ombai mentioned, so the relation, right? So when we come into the body consciousness, so eventually the relations of the body will also come in. So that will definitely tie us down. Eventually, yeah, that is the bondages which will actually keep us away from the experiencing or attaining Baba's heart. right? So yeah, so rightly mentioned, so we need to have all the relationships connected with Baba, so experiencing in our relationships. If there is any relationship that which we have not experienced Baba, that could be the relationship which will make us fall down at the end.
Beautiful. I remember in one of the Sakar Murli, Baba was talking about, especially Baba, I mean, somebody was asking, Baba, should I remember you in the soul world as a soul, or should I remember you being here? And Baba that Murli was really beautiful. He was elaborating on when you remember somebody, you remember the scene when you interacted with that person, you remember what they did for you, you remember other person through their actions and interactions. So, and then Baba said, like, how do you remember Baba? So now try to remember what Baba is doing for you, and that what Baba is doing for you, what it is doing it for you, what Baba doing is what is making you with that, what he is doing for us, and that will open up your heart. And try to remember what Baba is doing for us. He's bringing heaven on earth. But how is he bringing heaven on earth? He is bringing us with the family. So one thing he brought our attention in that Sakar Muli was he was telling, look, he's here and he's talking to you. And then he's showing so much love and affection. It's not only that he's not just doing a lip service of be good, do good, but he's also going out of his way to create that family. He is making the family make you part of the family. So whatever Baba's yagya is doing to us is Baba's love. Whatever Dadis did to us is out of their love for Baba, they are doing it for us. Definitely they have love for us, but the main thing that is driving is Baba's love. And then they're saying that Baba has love for us, and then Baba, I want to reveal Baba. So they know that they have to reveal through them. So indirectly, Baba is working through them for us, right? So Baba is telling, try to connect, don't become so abstract in remembering Baba and experiencing Baba's love, try to make it more tangible, like what Baba is doing for us in shifting our sanskaras, in creating that company, creating that family for us, and all that support Yagya has been created, right? So the minute your attention goes there, you feel so much supported because emotional, because we are in this physical world, right? Baba does something in this physical world too for us through yagya, through the family. So I mean that Murli was really a changing point for me personally. Yeah. Okay, let's take a minute. Make yourself very comfortable. Being subtle. Make your mind very clean and clear. Make your heart very light. Make yourself very comfortable beyond the heavy emotions of this earth. Make yourself in tune with the subtle, eternal love of Baba and the Avyakt family. Being part of the family, very close to Baba, very safe and very much loved. Free from any subtle maya. far beyond. In that Shantidam and Sukhdam. Om Shanti, Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you to Baba. Thank you, Harshavai. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Till that time, have a wonderful day.